Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is The Brian Snow Show.
Oh my gosh. I owe y'all a ton of apologies. I set my alarm because I laid down and I took a nap. And the next thing I knew, it was 2:20 p.m. Eastern time. So I am so sorry to be coming to y'all on horseback, as Vince Scully would say. But yeah, that's what happened. I'm waiting on Justin Caton to get here so I can have some fun talking to the Outlaw and the man in charge of next level wrestling. I thought I sent the I thought I sent the link to him already. I thought I sent it in the group chat. Apparently I didn't. But good grief. Again, I apologize so much. I'm going to get him on now. Good gracious. You ever have one of those days where it's like it's nice and warm and you don't know what, what's going to happen, what's going to do, what you're going to do, what's going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. I dozed off. I did. I really dozed off, and I'm just now getting my bearings together. So I totally apologize to you guys for being late. We're going to go to the bottom of the 3 o'clock hour to fulfill our hour-long requirement. But man, since I'm going to be talking wrestling with Justin Caton and I'm waiting for Justin to arrive right now, I made sure that I sent him the link to join, and I am waiting for the Outlaw to join us here in a moment. Friday is Football Friday, and it's also officially it's also officially going to be my first 2-hour Brian Snow show. And I can't wait for it because one of the interviews that I'm going to do, and it's going to be via tape, via recording, is Ben Bennett from Better, BETTOR Green. And the Outlaw's here. All right. Something's going right today. Here's Justin. Here's the Outlaw, Justin Caton. What's going on, my friend?
Not much. How's it going today?
I'm good, man. See, I knew we had a kinship because both of us just, I love this bald.
Bald is beautiful.
Bald is beautiful, man. He's got the goatee and the mustache going on. All right, man. What got you started in professional wrestling? What was your inspiration?
I watched wrestling a lot as a kid with my dad. Then I started doing the amateur wrestling in high school and college. And then my dad passed away in July of 97.
Yeah.
And there was an article in the local paper about a pro wrestling school the same week. So I just called the guy up and started training. That's how I got into the business.
What gave you the nickname? Who gave you the nickname The Outlaw?
I did. It was actually the second character that I was. I started off under a mask as the Vandal, carried a trash can to the ring, hit the guy with a trash can, then proceeded to get beat up. And I got hurt while I was wearing the mask, got my teeth knocked out.
Right.
So I got new ones.
Right. Oh, man.
But I refused to work under a mask anymore. So they said, okay, well, come up with something. I was into old westerns at the time, a little bit of Outlaw
Mhm.
Josie Wales and a little bit of Big Jake, John Wayne.
Yeah,
That's how I came up with the Outlaw character.
I love it. I love it. How long were you? Are you still an active wrestler now, or how long were you an
I
active?
retired in July of last year
Okay.
after 25 years.
Wow. That that's a hell of a career. 25 years. What was the strangest match you ever worked?
The strangest match I ever worked, probably a Flaming Tables match, and the table wouldn't break.
And the table wouldn't break.
No, no matter how much I tried to put the guy through the table, it would not break. The
It would
legs
not
bent, but the
break.
table itself would not break.
It would not break. What? How'd y'all get through that match? Because I know y'all were trying to break the table. How'd y'all get through that match?
I had to climb up on the rope and jump onto it.
Oh my God! That's how
Jump
you
onto
finally
him
broke
on the
it.
table that was on fire.
Who came
Yeah.
up with that idea? The flaming table match.
Whoever the promoter was for that company. And it was
Yeah,
I was early in the business at that time.
yeah.
So
Man, one half of CSTV, the outlaw himself, Justin Caton, joining me. What got you into the broadcasting side of things?
so CSTV was airing my shows.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Thomas was looking for an investor, and I had some extra money lying around at that point. So, in order to keep the network and upgrade the cameras, I am bought in,
Right.
and me and Thomas have been partners about 2 years now.
Is it fun doing? Is it fun doing it? Getting
It's
everything
stressful.
together. Stressful.
Yeah. There's a lot that we need to work on as a network, but
Mhm.
it's good that it's a good outlet for my show. We're seen, I believe, in 65 countries, which is great exposure.
Yeah, it is.
65 countries is huge. The wrestlers like it. They all joke that they're big in Chile or Egypt or
Mhm.
whatever country we're in. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and it gives a chance for the guys to be seen all over the world. They get good exposure by working for me. So,
Yeah, I know you said it was stressful. It is stressful because of I'm in that area myself doing radio and television, getting the shows syndicated and aired all over the country. And, to have the outlet with CSTV, being in 65 countries, that's huge. That's an absolute huge thing, and I know it's still in grassroots and I know it's still building, but again, 65 countries. You can't beat that.
yeah, that's great exposure.
It is great exposure. Justin Caton joining me here on the program. Talk to me about Next Level Wrestling. How did that get started and what gave you the idea?
So, I got started. Basically, I had a buddy that wanted to wrestle me. I had left
Mhm.
the business for a few years.
Yeah.
I had owned a podcast, and one of the co-hosts on the podcast decided to get into the wrestling business,
Okay.
and he basically badgered me until I agreed to come out of retirement and wrestle him.
Mhm.
So I dropped some weight. We started training together for 6 weeks leading up to it, and
Mhm.
we did the match. I got a lot of positive feedback from some people in the business that I know, like Brian Blair and
Mhm.
Paul Orndorff. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep going. So I bought a ring and we started training pretty much 4 times a week. And then the pandemic happened. There was nothing else to do. So we'd keep training. And then I'm like, well, if we're doing all this training, let's run shows.
Yeah.
So we started running shows during the pandemic in an orchard in Lodi, California,
Nice.
outdoors in an orchard. It was good. It was, we were the only show in town. So I didn't have a problem finding talent wanting to work.
Right.
And then,
Was that fun though, being in an orchard? And was it fun, A, being in an orchard, and B, being the only show in town?
it
Was
was
that
fun
fun?
being the only show in town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were in the orchard in the winter. It would
Ah,
get cold at night.
it does. It
Yeah, and then the moisture, the fog would start to set,
yeah,
and then the moisture would get on the ropes, making them slippery.
right.
It was
Right.
an experience, but we got through it.
Good. Good. So again, what led to Next Level after you guys were after you bought a ring
That's how
and
Next Level started. Then
nice.
Thomas, while we were still in the orchard, is when Thomas approached me about broadcasting our shows. So we started off doing that.
Mhm.
And then once the pandemic was lifted and we were able to get a building, I got us into a shop space we call the Russellplex now, where we film all of our shows, but it's also where we run our training school, the Pro
Right.
Wrestling Academy. And we pretty much that's just took off from there.
Well, I love it. I had a chance to peek at it, and I was glued to the screen and watching it every Thursday night. It's Next Level Pro Wrestling. The Outlaw Justin Caton joins me here on this late starting edition of the Brian Snow Show, and I apologize to everybody for that. Speaking of Tom, he throws this up there. Kelly Diamond and La Bruja Abigail Warren with the Commodore take on the Irish Rose Kelly Page and Christina Von Early, godfather of Swole versus Alex. Man, what
it's
a
actually
card.
Kimberly Diamond,
Kim
not Kelly
okay.
Diamond,
Right.
and Alex Ace. Alex Ace is a 7-foot guy from Spain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Where'd you find him?
We found him wrestling at another company, and we brought him in. He's wrestled a few times for us. Godfather of Swole, trained at my academy.
Mhm.
Kelly Page trained at my academy.
Mm-hmm.
Christina Von Erie wrestles all over the world. Abigail is the daughter of Big Ugly JD Bishop, who trained a bunch of guys in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So,
who were your wrestling inspiration? David St. Dennis joins this question. Asked this question. I'm gonna expand on it. He says, "Question: Who is your favorite wrestler?" And my question to you: who were your as far as wrestling goes? Who were your inspirations in wrestling?
Growing up, I grew up in the 80s, so Hulk Hogan was big.
I love it.
But I preferred Piper.
Right. Oh, you're a Roddy Piper fan.
Yes, huge Hot Rod fan.
I love it.
I liked Flair in the NWA. Loved everything the Von Erichs did.
Right.
So my inspiration, a little bit of the Von Erichs. My finisher is the Iron Claw, but I turn it into like a choke slam.
Okay. I love it.
And then Stan Hansen
mm-hmm.
and Terry Funk.
Terry Funk.
Yeah, those were the guys that I patterned myself after.
I loved watching wrestling in the 80s. It was Hulk Hogan that got me started.
Yeah, and that's got all this when we were kids.
Yep. Hulk Hogan got
like
started.
7 when Hogan.
Yeah. The first time I saw Hogan do that leg drop, I believe I was 10. It was 83, 84.
Yep.
And they showed the entire match with the Iron Sheik. And I know they had a blast putting that match on at MSG at Madison Square Garden. And then Ric Flair walked into my life.
Yeah.
And then Ric Flair walked into my life, and that chop. And then I realized, they were giving away secrets all throughout the 80s and the 90s, and I realized what was going on and how everything was doing it. But a bunch of us would get together in my backyard, and we would pick a wrestler, and we would, copy the moves of that wrestler. One of the guys that I loved dearly, he has passed on. He would be Randy Macho Man Savage. Because he would love to jump off my porch onto people, and what we didn't realize, we'd have to catch them.
Right.
And even though the grass was soft at the time, natural turf, if they jumped onto that from 10, 20 feet, there's going to be a problem. So we learned how to catch each other. I learned how to do the leg drop and the judo chop, and because I had grown to like 6'4" and 240, they're like, okay, you work on the chop because the footwork wasn't there yet. And I wear a size 15. So so the problems that we have to go through, especially buying shoes. Yes. Good grief. I couldn't find shoes to save my life.
Same here. Spent a lot of years wearing ugly shoes because that's all I could find in my size.
Yeah.
Thank God for the internet.
For me, when I went away to college, thank God for Payless Shoe Source.
Yep.
Because I drove, Dad took me to Northeast Missouri State, and I found a Payless in St. Louis when I snuck away one weekend to go watch a Blues game at the arena in St. Louis. Man, thank God for Payless Shoe Source. Because
a lot of Payless when I was a kid. Yeah.
Because the first weekend I was away at school, they had a scavenger hunt, just among the freshmen. One of the items on the girls' scavenger hunt, I kid you not, was find a shoe bigger than a size 13. Why were they all looking at my ass? They were looking right at me. And when you're the big guy in the room and they know something specifically is yours, everyone's smile gets this big.
Yep.
And I'm going, okay, why are y'all looking at me like that? We know what size shoe you have. I didn't see any of my shoes for 3 days. I'm just glad I had one extra pair that I hid in my trunk when I was away at school, and they finally returned my shoes because they plumb forgot.
Yeah, once scavenger hunt's over, they just throw them off to the side.
Yeah, and they all come to me. We're sorry we kept your shoes. We didn't know where to find you. Really? You know where to find me to get the darn things. Let's pause for a short break with the outlaw Justin Caton joining me here on the program. Take a break, and when we come back, more about Next Level Wrestling when y'all get back. Stand by.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I'm in another lane, I'm a different breed. I'm everything you Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing next-level pro wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Speaking of Thursday Night Throwdown and speaking of CSTV, one of the men in charge, Justin Caton, joins me here on this Thursday afternoon edition of the Brian Snow Show. Thank y'all for joining us. Tom joins us from Reno in the chat. Tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 Eastern for an all-new Thursday Night Throwdown. And during the break, Thomas sent me a question. Who are your champions right now?
Next level heavyweight champion is Devin Danger. Women's champion is the legendary Malaya Hosaka. Tag team champions is World's Freshest Tag Team.
Nice.
Cruiserweight champion is the Hellraiser Chris Blaze. And television champion is CJ Dirty.
Well, the first time I saw anything about a television champion was with NWA, and for the longest time, Tully Blanchard held the World Television Championship. What made you bring that title back into existence?
I decided TV. Well, once we got TV, it made sense.
Okay,
we're a television product. I wanted the TV champion on. The original plan, CSTV wasn't going to be our original home.
Mm-hmm.
We had a deal with a local network. Unfortunately, it fell through. So the plan was studio wrestling, like in the old days in the 70s.
Yeah,
100 people in the studio, and
right.
That was what the original plan was. So, but I wanted a TV champion.
That's what NWA did.
Every TV
That's what
show.
NWA did for years. That's what NWA did for years in Atlanta. I had a television studio, and people dug it. It was fun.
Yep. That was the way the business was originally done. You had the TV shows that were filmed in the studio, and then use those to sell tickets to your monthly main events.
Right.
And that was our plan. And then the main events would be on CSTV Now, but it fell through. So we ended up cutting our monthly show into TV episodes.
Okay.
So we filmed like 12 matches at a time. So the TV title only gets defended once on that show, so we only defend it once a month like the rest of our belts. But
yeah. What's your main event tonight?
I don't know what's that. Oh, tonight's going to be Godfather of Soul versus Alex Ace.
Okay. Who do you think, when you were growing up watching wrestling, who do you think had the best mic skills that would
Flair.
like just get Flair? No question.
Yeah, no question. Flair was the one that talked me into the seats.
Do you think Flair did it for everybody? Because I know he did it for me. I know I watched Hogan first, but to see Flair in those suits and carrying the belt, having the sunglasses on, Flair was the character that did it for me.
Hogan was the superhero. He
was
the cartoon character. But Flair was the professional wrestler. He was the champion. He exuded the confidence.
He did. He sure did.
It was, for me, it was Flair, and he could talk you into the seats. And that's the NWA in the 80s was so hot because you had Flair and Dusty just exchanging promos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Flair's the best all around, but Dusty has the best promo ever. His Hard Times promo is just the greatest. Between
those two, did you get the feeling they were trying to one up each other when they were doing promos, especially when they were wrestling each other, when they were putting on a match? See, Flair and Dusty in the 80s, for me, transitioned into Rock versus Austin, and the way they would promote each other and build each other up for their matches. But I just wanted to see how Flair and Dusty Rhodes would respond to each other. And that was just fun to watch. And they would sneak in at the right time and get the promo out, and you're like, okay, I got to see the main event now.
Yep. Yep. No, those two, they did what the business is about, putting a butt every 18 inches. By the time they finally got to physically touch each other, they talk so much smack back and forth.
Right.
But they never degraded each other.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. They never degraded each other. They always lifted each other up with their skills, but they always, I'm going to do this to you when I get you in the ring, which has made you even more excited about them getting in the ring and you seeing that main event monthly.
Yep.
And for me, it was in the 90s, it was Rock versus Austin, because when they first got together for their first Intercontinental title match, that was off the charts, and that was just a short 7.5 minute match.
Right.
That was a short 7.5 minutes. Imagine what they could do with 25 minutes, and then WrestleMania 15 happened.
Yep.
And you're like, they did that, they did all of that, and they injected all of that, and the way things were injected not only into Rock Austin matches, but Flair and Dusty as well, or anybody Flair wrestled in a main event match. Something was going to happen, and you had that feeling something was going to happen.
Yeah, it was must-see TV.
It was.
Yeah,
it was. What other rivalries did it for you? When you were growing up.
Steamboat Flair. I think their Music City match was the greatest match ever.
Yeah.
Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat.
Mm-hmm.
Especially knowing now that Macho Man would script out the whole match.
Yeah.
So the fact that he scripted that whole match and it was a 20-minute classic.
Yeah, absolutely it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely was.
See, what other feuds? Well, Freebirds and Von Erichs for me was a huge feud.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that feud.
Yeah, that's a feud that in any carnation I would watch whatever they put on.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
See, what else was it for me?
You mentioned the best one, Freebirds and Von Erichs.
Yeah, for me that truly was the greatest story told.
Yeah, Freebirds and Von Erichs did it for me because when World Class Championship Wrestling was one of the big things, and of course NWA was in the background of that. You would see snippets of their matches in Texas, but they would never show snippets of their matches in Georgia.
Yeah.
And it just made you all the more intrigued about, who was going to do what. How about the all cage event in July? How did that get put together?
Yeah, that's we call it Fight for Freedom. It's our annual July show. It's for television wise. It's when we're filming our season finale.
Yeah.
It's all matches will be in the cage that night. Most of the belts will be on the line.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the guys work for because not everyone on the roster gets to be on that show.
Right.
I book less matches for that show because if you're in the cage, you have to have more time to do what you do.
Yes. So, that's the time you have to stretch everything out. Yeah. That is the time you have to stretch everything out. Man, listen. I've had a ball talking to you and learning about your wrestling roots. And if any of your wrestlers want to appear on the show, it's an open invite, and I'd love to have them.
I'll let them know.
The Outlaw himself, Justin Caton, joining me. And for you, my brother, I'd love to have you back anytime, my man.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
I hope this was fun for you because it was definitely fun for me to learn about you, your joy in wrestling and the product you put together. I'd love to have you back anytime, man.
Thank you.
Justin Caton joining me here on the program. And we're running past our usual end time, but after a break, David St. Dennis will join me for the second half of this. But I got some extra feelings about LeBron James being eliminated and a couple of other basketball things when y'all get back.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. smarter than energy.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Sure. We all know ghosts exist.
I'm getting a really dark energy.
But if you trying to hunt them, there's one simple rule you gotta follow.
What the hell was that?
Guys, hurry up and get the hell out of there.
No matter what happens, stay calm.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, my God! Oh, hell no!
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Okay, that's a balloon. It looked like it was a demon. Wow.
We be fly for nothing. We be fly for nothing. OEO, mucho. Run it.
So where are we going?
A haunted pinata shop.
What?
An old Korean brothel.
Oh, Lord.
A funeral home in Compton?
Yeah.
You don't like us, do you?
It's business.
I get fly for nothing. I roll with OPO.
Official paranormal operations, baby.
We got infrared cameras set up all over the place.
Whatever's in there, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Y'all down with it?
What the is this? I have robot strapped to my abdomen.
What the hell is going on?
Are you with us right now?
You okay? Guys, we got action.
I feel like something's in here.
Don't nobody want you with us.
Man, they got some going down in there.
It could be a succubus.
Suck you, huh?
It's an energy that feeds upon you in a sexual way.
Not with the teeth like that?
Oh, yeah.
We be fly for nothing.
All right, investigation's over. This bitch is haunted as
Second half of the Brian Snow Show begins now, 1 minute after the hour. Hope you're enjoying us on the video cast as well as the simulcast on WLEO 26.7 FM, and also to our folks listening on our flagship station, which is SM Sports. Now let me bring David St. Dennis into the picture, because we're doing a lot. We're putting a lot together, and we're finally getting this together. Hey, what's up, David?
Yeah. Oh, there's Snowman. Glad to finally be on here today.
Yeah, glad to finally have you on. Let's just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to be teaming up with your network and putting our programming on your network. How do you feel about that?
I am honored to have you be able to do this, because me and my friend Jason DeCanio, before I discovered you, like back in March or whatever, me and him had decided to rebrand the David Dawson Network channel to an actual network where everybody can collaborate and put their content on the channel, because it's all about us getting out of our bubble, reaching out more, expanding. It's a platform for those who do not have a channel or want to get started, or just want to, have more help with their content. There's a platform where we already have a community built, which is mostly from the games community, but we're a variety channel, and this is the network where I have things planned up throughout the week. if anybody, and I mean anybody, wants to start their own content on my network, there are more than. There's my friend Danny. Games Up in 2001 in the chat. And this episode is brought to you by.
Okay, buddy, what do you think of Wilkins coffee? I never tasted it. Now, what do you think of Wilkins?
Yep, there you go.
I love it.
Yes. So basically, what I'm saying is, if anybody wants to start their, and if they want to join any network, you can join me and Snowman, because this is, we're in 2023. It's time to reach out more, get out of our bubble, and start expanding our content.
What got you started? What was the one thing that got you started and said, hey, I can do this, and I know I can expand it?
Is my friend Jason Caton, because he's the one that suggested me. We still have a network where everybody has some content, and we all know what networks are on television. There's something people do throughout the day, and he's like, we need to have a network where everybody can collaborate and just have a platform to back up their shows or start airing new content throughout the day. That's why I wanted to have your morning show on the network now, starting next week, where we launch our summer schedule. Me and Jason are planning to make an announcement video about the new schedule sometime this weekend. So it's all about, like, after thinking about it, I want to do this. I got to make a change to my channel next year, because I'm almost up to 1,000 subscribers. Actually,
that's
I'm
great.
up to 972 right now. I think Danny can correct me on that if he's still here. But
can you send some of your subscribers over to my channel, because I'm sitting at like 635 right now, and I'd love to get to it. I'd love to get to 1,000 before the end of June. I want to surprise my wife by being monetized and really working it, because a lot of I had dealt with pancreatic cancer. I'm just coming through that, and I am disabled. So this is my living, and I really want to increase the subscribers.
You should highlight Danny's comment right there. He just subscribed to you. If you can see his comment in the
chat? I was in another screen, but I'll highlight that right now while that is there. You go. Thank you very much, and I hope the rest of the game show community subscribes to me as well, because I'm a big game show fan, and it was The Price is Right that got me started back in the day.
Nice.
Because I used to I was a game show fiend growing up. Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, High Rollers, of course, Pressure Luck. Some of the fastest 30 minutes in television, Card Sharks, the Pyramid, and you do a lot of remote game shows. Tell me how you got that started.
Well, just one time ago, looking up videos on YouTube, like for certain game shows out there, and I discovered YouTubers doing their own game show content. I'm like, I want to do this as well. And when I decided 2019, it was time for me to create a YouTube channel, and behold. So,
what are some of your favorite game shows?
Oh, my favorite game show of all time is gotta be Deal or No Deal. And second favorite is Wipeout, and of course Price is Right and others.
Yeah.
I just actually while I was waiting for you, I was watching the Game Show on ABC, which is a 4-part documentary series they're doing about game shows. So I was watching that before I came on here. So yeah, game shows is my thing, and I didn't get into sports until like 27. Well, I've been going to baseball games since 2013, but I didn't actually get into sports with baseball until 2017. I watched the past Super Bowls, with the Tom Brady, the Patriots, and all that. That's like my main thing with football. But I didn't get into watching baseball until like 2017, which is my favorite sport. I think. Isn't it basketball your favorite sport of all time?
Actually, first sport I ever loved was baseball.
Oh, okay. I thought
first sport I ever loved was baseball, because my dad used to take me to White Sox games on the South Side, and I became a White Sox fan, going to games with my dad. And that was it for me. I love baseball.
I thought it was basketball because you talk about basketball all the time. Same with football as well. So, and you told a story one time ago that you weren't allowed to talk about baseball in 2020. Like, how in the world, is that? I mean, it's a sport, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
Why you were not allowed to talk about baseball back then? Like,
when I was on that, I told this story, and I'll explain it again here. When I worked for that particular network in North Carolina, and they were airing my shows and stiffing me sponsors in the process. And if you want to sponsor this program, I'd love to have you. He just thought there was no audience and didn't want me to talk about baseball. That's wrong. That's wrong. There's a hell of an audience to talk baseball.
Yeah, and I mean, since the past years, I mean, baseball has been growing. I mean, look at the World Baseball Classic. Did you saw some of the games in the World Baseball Classic? Ohtani versus Trout in that epic at bat in the final game. Japan winning it all in the World Baseball Classic. The new rule changes coming to this year with the no SIP, and we've been seeing a lot of bases getting stealed. I mean, Snowman, you're about to come on my dugout cruise show in about a little over under an hour at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Right? To cover the Giants.
Yep.
Baseball is it's America's pastime. I know people say football is as well.
No, it's baseball. It's true. Yeah, it's truly baseball.
Yeah, and I don't like certain networks like ESPN doesn't talk about baseball. It's because it's like it's the most popular sport in the world. Look at Japan. They work every single day. Every single day. They breathe baseball to 24/7. If you do research about Japan, look it up. I dare you to look it up.
It's the truth. They live and breathe baseball in Japan. That's why a lot of players for a while went over there to play when they couldn't get back into the major leagues.
Look at Trevor Bauer, got suspended for I want to say on here, but Trevor Bauer, after getting suspended back in 2022 or 2021, didn't play all of 22, but then he switched to Japan now, and now he's in the minor. Got sent back to the minor leagues over there. So it just tells you that certain players out there who can't make it back to the major leagues go to Japan because that's their culture.
And they love sport. They love sports in Japan, especially baseball. Like you said, David St. Dennis joining me here on the program, here on this late running edition of the Brian Snow Show. I'm going to join the Dugout Crew at the top of the hour. Tell everybody about the Dugout Crew and how you got that started.
Well, I first did a football podcast back in last year because I wanted to see if I can grow my knowledge a little bit with football. I'm not that good at it, but I'm just testing now to see how it goes. My friend Tom, who is doing his own stuff, suggested me to create a sports channel. There we go, sports, which is now archived channel because it didn't work out for me.
Right.
But I did it as Talk Football, and it went well. I did it with Brennan Martin, which I'm heard of him before. Brennan Martin, Count Victor, Chesney. Those were the guys that helped him with the show. It was great for the first season. We're going to get back at it again this upcoming season. And I was like, you know what? Baseball is my favorite sport of all time. Let's do it. The Dugout Crew. I think Chester was the one who suggested me the name. And, I'm doing the Dugout Crew now. And it's been successful. And who knows? I might do a hockey show with my friend Jason there this year as well. Which I'm still disappointed by my Bruins, but it's it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's disappointing to see them set all the regular season records, and then the Florida Panthers just came in and got them.
Look what happened with the Seattle Mariners back in 2001. The best record, most wins, and blew it.
And they blew it.
I mean, I was really hoping that this would be it, but
and they lost to the Yankees of all teams. Seattle did. They lost to the Yankees.
I was sorry to the Bruins about. I'm hoping that the Bruins will be able to finish this up
right
first round, but they just got hurt, and I think Bergeron was hurt for some of the games as well. That really got to them. So it's like it's sort of unfortunate, but the Celtics are still alive, which I'm very surprised going to Game 5.
Mm-hmm.
Do not let us win one, like Kevin Millar said a long time ago. Don't let us win one. But however, I don't see the Celtics going to the next round. It's just Jimmy Butler.
Do you believe they can win Game 5 tonight?
There's a possibility. I would say that because I think someone got hurt that will benefit the Celtics. I just saw it on the news. But I am really hoping that the Celtics can pull it off. If you're wondering who my favorite player is for the Celtics, it's Jason Tatum. He's a star.
Yeah.
He is a superstar in NBA right now. One of the best players I've seen in basketball. He scored like 51 points in Game 7, which was unbelievable to see that type of pressure. Game 7. It's unbelievable. And the Celtics season this season, no matter what happens, it's a successful season for the Celtics.
Yeah.
No matter what. Yes, they could care about, championship or bust, but what sports fans of Boston want to see is successful teams going to the postseason every year.
True.
Because this is not like New York. I mean, yes, people said the fans, are like Boston, New York, and Philly. But with Boston fans, they want to see their players do well, and they want their teams to do well, so they can go to games, support the teams, and hope they can get to the postseason.
Yeah.
That's what they're all asking for now, because we've been spoiled by, the past 20 years, going back to the Patriots, started their dynasty. And not only that, the Celtics back in the 60s. I mean, and yes, that's of course before 20th century. I mean, 21st century.
Right.
But I just meant like we've been spoiled in the past as for the championships in certain sports, and of course the Red Sox back in 2004. I'm not bringing this up again, but it's the truth of the topic at hand. We've been spoiled, and they just, certain fans out there just don't get us where we're coming from. As when we lose a championship or a season, it's heartbreaking because you guys no idea how much we've been through the past seasons.
Right.
I mean, the fake they got, there's every media out there just wants to find something negative about us. It's crazy. I mean, if this was Chicago, Cleveland, any other city, they don't care. But if it's like Boston, New York, or Philly, it's like on another level with the media.
David St. Dennis joining me here on the program. I really appreciate you coming on, and I will see you on the Dugout Crew at the top of the hour. I appreciate you.
And enjoy your LeBron James rant, who sucks.
Oh, yeah. That's going to finish the show, and I'll come back with that in a few moments. Stand by.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I'm in another lane, I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are Wrestling Night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Hey, y'all. Snowman here. Catch me, Cole Johnson, Wise El Jefe, and the usual cast of characters as we bring it to you every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and it's right here on CSTV and CSTVNow.com. Join us, won't you?
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extra berth. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
All right, let me close this out the way I did yesterday, but going a little deeper. It seems that LeBron is pondering retirement. Now, a lot of people are going to blame what I'm going to say with me just waking up and all kinds of other things, but the hell with it. Good. Go away. Get the hell out and stay out. You ruined the NBA for 20 years. 20 years. We, as true basketball fans, have been treated to substandard play. I said it. I'll say it again. We, as true basketball fans, have been treated to substandard play, and it's LeBron's fault. I mean, he got by with his athleticism. Don't get it twisted. He got by with his athleticism, and I've always said this, and people want to say, people want to take what I'm about to say as hatred, and it's not hatred. Listen carefully. LeBron James is a fabulous athlete. All right? I never questioned that. What I questioned was his basketball acumen or lack thereof. Yeah, I said that. I'll say it again. What I questioned was his basketball acumen or lack thereof. And for 20 years, for 20 long years, the NBA and fans alike have hyped this player to a level where people actually entertain him being the greatest player of all time. Are y'all kidding me? Greatest player of all time, my ass. You know, I've had people ask me, where do you rank LeBron? He's not even top 250 as far as I'm concerned. Hell, you want me to go one step further? Fine. He's not even top 300. I said it, and I meant every word of it. LeBron James is a fabulous athlete. No denying that. But as a basketball player, he sucks. I said that out loud, and I mean it. I said that out loud, and I mean it. I mean it. He's a crybaby. He's a horrible basketball player. He's a horrible leader. And that is that. Now, I know he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I know that. I realize that. I accepted that loss a long time ago when the subject was broached. But greatest player of all time? Man, please. He ain't even close. He never has been close. Period. He has never been close to being the greatest player of all time. Ever. So stop it. Will you please? Just stop it. And I'm called a troll for saying this out loud. I've been saying this out loud for 20 years. He sucks as a basketball player. Oh, look what he's done to the league. There's your question. What the hell has he done for the league? I'll answer that for you. Not a damn thing. He sucks as a basketball player, period. What has LeBron James done for the NBA in 20 years? Not a doggone thing. I've seen 250 players better than him. A combination of past and present. Hell, I'm changing my mind about Victor Wembanyama because he's being coached. He's going to be coached by Greg Popovich. That's the problem with LeBron. He didn't want to be coached. Period. He blows. He sucks. He's Mega Man on the basketball court. He blows and he sucks. And I'm tired of this guy being compared to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm tired of this guy being compared to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Stop it. Hell, Rory Sparrow played better basketball than him. I said yesterday I can easily name at least 25 forwards. Forget players. I could easily name 25 forwards who played better ball than him. Greatest player of all time. Quit! He's not even the greatest forward of all time. He's not even the greatest small forward of all time, which is where all this mess started. Just stop. Stop, please. My brother from another, Cole Sports, Cole Johnson joining me. So LeBron James is a vacuum cleaner, allowing to both suck and blow at the same time? Yes! Yes! And this is the guy that created, from my brother who created the famous, or in some cases infamous, Bronzexual Confessions, which I love doing every Wednesday. But he got swept by the Denver Nuggets in the conference final. And all the people and all the Bronzexuals, oh, he's going to make the greatest comeback of all. Shut up. And then they directed me back to 2016. He did it against the Warriors. He got a stimulus package bigger than the city of Cleveland. Shut up. The NBA didn't want him to lose because he was getting his ass kicked in that series by Draymond Green. Stop. Stop it. He's had help his entire career. He just didn't know how to use it. Is he pondering retirement? I hope so. Get the hell out and stay out. Now that I got that off my chest, I got to go get lunch. I got to go take care of my dog. And I have the Dara crew coming at the top of the hour. Y'all will see the connection because they will allow me to broadcast to this channel, Snowman Multimedia. I will make sure I do that on Facebook. And yes, I'm streaming on Facebook again, even given what happened recently on Facebook and on Twitter. And I will see y'all in the Dugout crew at the top of the hour. And right now, I have a few things to do. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks for letting me rant. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you. We're presented by BetUS and Invader Coffee. God bless you. So long, everybody.
tuning into The Brian Snow Show, where sports is the base, life and fun are the results.